to your class for today. We are going to be focusing on our core and our arms. So make your way to a comfortable seat. Big inhale will sweep the hands high. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Again, reach it up and bring it down. Beautiful. Right hand plants left arm up and over, side stretch. From here, we'll bring the fingertips down to the mat and then opening up the chest. Lower and lift. One more. Lower down and lift. Beautiful. Making your way over to the left, right arm overhead, side stretch. And again, bringing those fingertips down and lift. Curling the back and opening the heart. One more. Lower and lift. Beautiful. Make your way back to center. Take a few shoulder circles up and back. Paying attention to your posture. And then we'll reach the opposite arm across our chest, opening through the shoulders. Taking your time here, stretching side to side. And start to make your way into a tabletop pose, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Warming up with some cat-cow, we'll drop the belly, heart forward, gaze is up. And round the spine, chin to chest. Lower and round, feeling the shoulders pull apart. Round the back, draw that navel up to your spine. And drop the belly, press the heart forward, flowing through with your breath. Inhale, we're going to reach that right arm high. Exhale, thread the needle, dropping the right ear, right shoulder down. Left arm reaches overhead. Opening through the chest, feeling the twist in the core, lengthening the spine. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, breathe in. And on your exhale, set the hand back down. Next, inhale, right hand high. Exhale, tabletop pose, a flow through cat-cow. And when you're ready, moving on to the other side. Inhale, left fingertips up, opening the chest. Exhale, thread the needle. Stretching that right arm overhead or bringing it to the small of your back. Opening through the heart, twisting in the core. Take a deep breath in, really fill up. And exhale fully. Slowly start to release the right fingertips down. Next, inhale. We'll come back to center. Take a flow through your cat-cow. Beautiful. Start to make your way back to a neutral spine. Tuck the toes. And we'll just hover the knees. So you're maintaining that flat back in a floated tabletop pose. Firing up the core. Keeping the shoulders over your wrists, squeezing the thighs, the knees, tucking that core in, and slowly press all the way up, downward facing dog. Hips go high, long spine. Drawing those heels towards the mat, walk it out, pedal your down dog, bend one knee, and then the other. Pressing those hips up and back, getting longer in the spine. Rolling those shoulders down your back. And start to come back to stillness. Next, inhale, we'll shift forward, floated tabletop, and hold. Draw that navel to your spine. You're strong here, building strength in the core. And press it back up. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Next, inhale, we'll shift back forward, finding that floated table. You've been here before. Lifting those knees up, squeezing the thighs, and press it back, downward facing dog. Hips are high. Deep breath in, full breath out. Next, inhale, come forward, floated table. Beautiful. From here, maintaining that flat back, we'll tap one foot back and then the other, straightening one leg at a time, tapping the toes back. Keeping that flat back, drawing that core up. You can go as fast or as slow as you want here. that form. Keep the knees lifted. Beautiful. And now hold, finding that tabletop pose, lifting through the knees, and then gently set it down. Tap out the top of your feet, widen the knees, and sit the hips back for extended child's pose, letting the chest rest down, forehead connects down to the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Next inhale, we'll shift up to our tabletop pose, coming back to that good alignment. Tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Next inhale, right toes up. Slowly bend at the knee, opening through the right hip. Breathe in and out. Inhale back to a three-legged dog and set it down. Onto the other side. Inhale, left toes up and bend the knee, open through the hip. Breathe in and breathe out. Coming back to downward facing dog. Creating that long spine, hips are high. Gently shift forward, finding your plank pose now. Shoulders over your wrists. Long line of energy from the crown of your head through your heels. Breathe in and breathe out. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Next inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Draw that core up, navel to spine. On the balls of your feet, get long and send it back, down dog. One more time through. On your inhale, shift forward, find that plank pose, hold, engage through the core, getting stronger. Breathe in and breathe out. One more big inhale. And on your exhale, drop the knees down, send the hips from side to side, and take a flow through your cat-cow, stretching out the core. Extend that right leg back behind you, lift and pulse, pointing through the right toes, squeezing the right glutes, getting long through that right leg. And now lower and lift. We're lowering and lifting the chest, bending at the elbows, keeping that right foot back. That right foot is lifted. Taking some push-ups here. Building your chaturanga in your yoga practice. Getting stronger through your arms. Coming back to tabletop, find that pulse. Lift and lift. Beautiful. Hold now. Extend that left hand out in front of you. Pulse. Reaching long through the fingertips and toes. Creating length in the body. And we'll add a crunch, elbow to knee, cat the back. Bring that elbow to knee underneath your core, rounding the spine. Next inhale, reach it long, set the left hand down, and again find those push-ups. Lower and lift. Strong through the arms, keeping that right foot lifted, building that strength, and lift. Beautiful. Set the knee down, shake out the hips, take a flow through cat and cow, and we'll move on to the other side. Left foot back, find that pulse, pulsing up, pointing through the toes. Keep the foot lifted. We'll find those push-ups, elbows pinned to the sides, lower and lift, lower, lift. Beautiful. Using your breath here. Coming back to stillness, we'll again find that pulse, getting long through the left leg, pressing away from the mat. Inhale, reach that right arm out long, stretching through the fingertips and toes. And we'll add that crunch, elbow to knee. Cat the back, make that elbow to knee connection. Get long, Keep the toes pointed. Firing up that core. Beautiful. Reach it long. We'll set the right hand down, and again, find those push-ups, elbows close to the sides. Keeping that left foot back, pointing the toes down and up, lower and lift. Awesome. Find that pulse in your tabletop pose. Pulse that left heel high and set it down. Beautiful. Shake out the hips. A flow through cat-cow. Stretch out your core. Come back to tabletop. Send the hips back, forehead down, child's pose. Deep breath in. Full breath out. One more big inhale and exhale. Shift back forward to tabletop pose. Tuck the toes and press back to plank. Beautiful. Long line of energy through the body, engaging the core here. Rolling the shoulders down the back and gently press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Grab for one of your small weights, place it behind your left wrist. Firing up your plank pose. We're going to move into some drag. So we're going to draw that weight from one wrist to the other. Firing up that core, pulling that weight from side to side. This will engage the obliques. Beautiful. As slow or as fast as feels good for you. Know that you also don't have to add in any weight here. You can just hold your plank and build strength that way. Drawing that navel up to your spine, staying on the balls of your feet, those hips stay low, and press it up and back, downward facing dog. We'll move into heel taps and add a plank in the middle. Opposite hand to calf, come forward to plank. Beautiful. Now we'll pull for 4 and send it back. Heel taps, plank, tap, and plank. Beautiful. Find those 4 drags, wrist to wrist. And set the weight aside, hips up and back, down dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Again, we'll find those heel taps. This time going a little bit faster, getting that heart rate up. Opposite hand to calf. And come forward to plank in the middle, getting those hips low. Tap it out. Tap and plank. Find a rhythm that works for you. You're not here long. Making sure to get the hips low. And we'll meet in down dog. Shift forward, drop the knees. Beautiful. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands down to the heart. We'll move into some arm work. Grab for your little weights. Know that you don't have to use weights. You can also use your body. That's just fine. We're going to start by lifting the weights straight out in front of us, from our hips all the way up parallel to our shoulders. Lift and lift. Awesome. Know that you can do this together, both hands raised at the same time or one at a time, listening to your body. Using your exhale to power through. Beautiful. Now we'll take some lateral lifts out to the side and down. Lift and lower. Bringing those weights right out to the side and lowering them back down in front of our hips. Lift and lower. Beautiful. Moving into some tricep kickbacks. Elbows pinned to the sides. We'll lower and lift. Really squeeze those triceps at the top. Lift, lift. You've got it. Keep the pace. Squeeze at the top. Firing up those arms. From here, we'll add a pulse. Arms are extended out long behind us, lifting those weights away from our hips, pulse up. And now we'll add a lateral lift out to the side and down. Lift and lower. Lift it up and down. Beautiful. Lift, lift. Squeezing the triceps. Bring those weights back in. We'll find those tricep kickbacks for 8, 7, just 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Pulse. Pulse it up. Squeeze those arms. And come back to a tall spine. Roll the shoulders down the back. Bicep curl. 4, 5. Give me 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. 10 more. 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Awesome. We'll move into a press out in front of us. So squeezing the arms, pulse those weights up in front of your heart, keeping that 90-degree bend in the elbows. And now we'll move into some hammer curls, weights up to your shoulders and lower halfway. Beautiful. You're here for 10 more. Power through. Keep those elbows pinned to your sides. Just lowering halfway. Stop the weights when they lower down to your elbows. Beautiful. And release. Shoulders roll down the back. Find your posture. And we'll sit back on our heels. Set the weights down. Come back up and we'll find some arm circles. Without the weights here, drawing those circles through your fingertips, shoulders down the back. Getting long in the spine. And now switch directions. Firing up all angles of the arms. Starting to feel the burn. Get longer. And now we'll pulse down. Pointing through the fingertips, pulse down. Shift to the front. Palms face away from your body. 10 seconds to the back. Beautiful. And 10 seconds, palm face up. You've got this. Beautiful. Slowly release. Grab for your weights. We'll punch straight out in front of us, one weight at a time, squeezing the arms as you fully extend. Punch, punch. You can do this at the same time. You decide what feels better in your body. Pressing those weights straight out in front of you. And now we'll go together, but pressing that opposite weight on top. Beautiful. So switching which weight goes on top. Press it out. Almost there. Beautiful. This time press it out and hold. Fire up those arms. Again, switch and hold. Slowly release. Do it again. And one more time. Beautiful. Release. Weights come down to your legs and we'll pull the weights back up to our heart. Lift. Lift. So you're lifting those weights up to your collarbones, elbows out to the sides. Lift. Beautiful. Stay with it. Stay breathing. And slowly release. We'll find that bicep curl again. Elbows pinned to the sides. 4, 5, stay with it. 6, 7, 8. Give me 9, 10. Beautiful. Lean the chest forward, tricep kickbacks. 3, 4, you've got it. 5, squeeze. 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Keep going. Give me 5 more. Beautiful. Now add that pulse. Lift it up. Squeeze the triceps. You've been here before. Pulse it up. And slowly release. Set those weights down. Big inhale. We'll bring the arms out to a T. Find those arm circles, pointing through the fingertips. We'll switch directions, using our body weight to get a little more work in our arms. Add a pulse forward, just for 10. Palm face down, pulse it out. Palms face the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palm face up. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Release the arms. Now we're going to punch that bag up ahead of us. Imagine there's a punching bag. We'll rotate our arms, drawing circles through our fists. And now go the opposite direction. Beautiful. Firing up the arms. Stay with it. And switch directions. Last little bit. And slowly release. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands down. One more. Beautiful. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands down. Getting longer through the fingertips. Stretching the arms out. We'll come back to that tabletop pose. Right foot goes back behind you. Lift, lower the arms. Crunch it in. Press that right foot back. We'll lower, lift, crunch it in, and send it back. So you're adding that push-up and knee to chest. Beautiful. So you're working the core and you're working your arms. Focus on each movement, pressing that right foot back and then lowering the chest down, finding that push-up. Bring the knee in, use the core, and lower down. Beautiful. Focus on the core, focus on the arms, elbows pin, and gently release. Onto the other side, left foot back, point the toes, we'll lift, lower the chest, press back up, knee comes in, press it long, lower down, press up. Beautiful. Find a pace that's going to work for you. We'll bring that knee in, cat the back, send it long, and find our push-up. So we're building strength through the arms, elbows pinned to the sides, also using that core to bring the knee in and keep the foot lifted. Remember to point the toes, get long in the body. Beautiful work. Find your breath. Exhale out of the mouth. And we'll slowly release, rock the hips side to side. Sitting back on your heels, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Make your way into a seated position. Legs are out in front of you. We'll grab for one of our weights and we'll lower down onto our back. Keeping that weight in front of our heart, our triceps rest down on the mat. We'll press the weight up, extend that right foot up, and lower. Lowering the weight overhead, lifting and lowering, pointing the toes. Lift that weight to your shin and lower. Lift and lower, getting long in the body. Lifting the weight up and then sending it overhead as you extend the leg long. Next inhale, we'll start to crunch up, pressing that weight up towards our toes, using our core, lifting the shoulders off the mat, and now lower down. Beautiful. Onto the other side, left toes up, bring the weight up, and lower down. Inhale, lift, and lower. Bring that weight up, and extend long. You're getting long through the arms, through the leg, isolating that left leg right now, using your core. Lift, and we'll add that pulse, pressing the weight up towards the toes, using your core, finding the crunches, and now lower the weight overhead, setting the left foot down. Lift that weight up, bringing it in front of your heart, triceps down. We'll lift and lower. So as you lift the hips in a bridge lift, we'll press the weight up. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. Weight goes up, hips go up, squeeze. Squeeze, you've got this. Squeeze the hips, squeeze the glutes. Fire up the core. You're doing this for you, becoming the best version of you. Stay with it. And now we'll hold. Hips are high, weight is up, squeeze. Get the hips a little higher. And we'll lower down. Beautiful. Using that weight, we're going to crunch up in between our legs, pressing that weight up towards our knees, lifting the back. Crunch. Crunch. Beautiful. Lift a little higher. Use that core. You're strong. Stay with it. Exhale out of the mouth. Cool the body down. And slowly we'll release. Going into some around the worlds, we'll draw that weight overhead from one knee to the other, firing up the core, firing up the obliques. Draw it around and crunch. Overhead, crunch. Overhead and crunch. Beautiful. Lift. 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 Awesome. You're really working your obliques. Working that core. Keep your form. Squeeze the tummy in. Use your breath and we'll slowly release. Deep breath in, full breath out. Extend that right leg up. We'll bring the weight behind the right thigh and pulse. Left leg is long. Pulse it up. You're not here long. Feel that core at work, pointing through the right toes. You're strong. And release. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Other side. Pulse that weight back behind the left thigh. Lift. Lift. Bringing your chest towards your thigh. Lift it up. And slowly release. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Plant the feet by your glutes. We'll move into some bridge lifts with the weight. Setting the weight on your hips. Lift and lower. Lift the tummy, lift the hips, squeeze, and lower. As fast or as slow as you want here. up and down, lift and lower. Do what you can. You can also ditch the weight here and just use your body. You decide. And release. Deep breath in. Full breath out. This time lift and hold. Extend that right leg up, lower and lift. So we'll lower our knees to parallel and lift. Just moving that right leg, squeezing the core, keeping the hips lifted. Beautiful. And set the right foot down, other side. Take a deep inhale and a full exhale. Left toes up, lower, lift, lower and lift. Power through. The faster you go, the more you get that heart rate up. Lower, lift. You've got it. Point the left toes and set the foot down. Keep the hips lifted. Breathe in and out. Slowly set the hips down. Set the weight aside. Draw the knees into your chest. We'll rock from side to side, massaging out the base of our spine. Grab behind your thighs, roll up to seated. Big inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Deep breath in and out. Pressing back to your tabletop pose. And then sending the feet back to plank. Firing up the tummy. Drawing that navel up and back. Breathe in and out. We'll add some knee taps, right and left, keeping the hips as stable as you can, just moving the knees. Make that connection down to your mat, firing up that lower core, and slowly press back down dog. Breathe in and out. Shift forward, plank, fire up the core. Beautiful. Get long and find those knee taps again. Right and left. Shoulders stay over your wrists. And send the hips up and back, down dog. Breathe in and out. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Lower down to your forearms, hips are low. We'll move into dolphin push-ups. So we're going to go for that down dog shape as we press up and lower down to our forearm plank. Up and down. Squeeze the core as you lower to plank. Hips are low. Fire up the belly. And as you lift, find that long spine, that V shape. Lower and lift. Lower, lift. You've got it. You look amazing. Keep it up. Lift and lower. Gently set the knees down. Find your seated position. We'll grab for that little weight. Legs out in front of us, and we'll find some twists. Right and left, keeping a long spine here. Firing up the core. Toes are down on the mat. For an added challenge, you can also lift the toes up. That'll fire up the core all the more. Your goal here is a long spine, so stay with it, side to side. You can also do this without a weight. Listen to your body. Twist, twist. You've got this. Last little push. You're almost done with class. Give it your all. Twist side to side. Keep that heart lifted. Long spine. Stay with it. Last little bit. Shoulders are down the back. Feel the core at work. And slowly release. Set the weight aside. Draw that left foot against your right thigh. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold over that right leg. Grabbing for anywhere that feels good. And we'll slowly switch. Left leg long, inhale. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Inhale, come back to center. Draw the soles of your feet together to touch butterfly pose, opening through the hips, pulling the heart forward. Full breath in and out. Draw that right knee into your chest, left leg long. We'll find a seated twist to the right, twisting through the core, heart is open. Breathe in and out. Other side, left knee into the chest, find your twist. Left hand behind the back, breathe in and out. Shake it out, both legs long. Coming back to seated, inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands down to your heart. And you've completed class. Wonderful job. Thanks for practicing with me.